Hey Ringside crew, welcome to the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. And now here's your host, Joe, Panther III.
Hello there, wrestling fans, and welcome to another episode, a live episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I'm your host, Joe Panther III, and man, fans, you're in for a treat. This young lady, last time she came on the podcast, she was like, people were asking me, man, Joe, she's so green, like she's so new. No one's gonna know who this lady is. And I'm like, hold on, wrestling world. Let's let things happen naturally, because I feel something's gonna happen with this young lady. Something about her, the pizzazz, the smile, the hairstyle, the outfit, the name, Sam Street, something to me it pops. And I had her on, and then gold started coming in, getting her belts, and then she came back. And next time she had 2 belts. Sammy 2 belts. And then she got 3 belts, I guess. But let's go into the intro. Let's give a warm 4th time welcome to the one, the only, Sam Street. Welcome back, Sam.
Thank you so much. That might be the best intro I've ever gotten. That was great. Thank you.
You know, if I ever come to Virginia, you're going to have me as your Paul Heyman. I have a blue coat. You've probably seen the pictures. I have a blue suit jacket. So
you totally should.
You just got to put like I have your mom stitch a street like on the back of my jacket, like sideways like
we
that.
Can get you a custom street sign. We can make that happen.
Oh, I'll be holding it like this. I guess I'll be Paul Heyman up to hold all the belts for you when you come out.
Yes.
I'll be like, ladies and gentlemen, we got to introduce the best young female. Why are you booing me? Hello. I wear the red glasses because I can't. I wear blue, but like it clashes. I don't know.
I like the red. I like the red.
So Miss Street, like since the last time we were live here in the Dudes at Ring, we were live. We pre-taped the last ones, so now we're live here on YouTube and Facebook. So
yeah,
what have you been up to since the last few times you've been in the Dudes at Ringside Studios?
Let's see. I think the last time I was on the show was in December, maybe.
Yeah,
it's June now. That's crazy. Since then, I had my 1-year anniversary since my debut, and I have won 2 more titles.
Wow,
which is great.
So you have one of your belts on hand right now?
I do. The other one is still in Tennessee, but this one is the Combat Championship Wrestling Women's title. It's very reflective.
Very shiny.
Yeah, I'm trying not to expose the dirty laundry that's definitely in this room right now. But
somebody, I can see your mom after the podcast. She just screenshot that whole scene, and she just goes dirty laundry.
She totally would. Yeah, she'd send it to me, and she'd be like, "Oh, dirty laundry. You said the champ has dirty laundry." Yeah.
You could say it's even Sam Street has dirty laundry, children.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, we're all bad at something. I'm bad at keeping up with laundry.
Yeah. Even podcasters like Joe, even he forgets that he has to do other things but sitting in front of his computer talking to awesome people all over the world. But so Sam, like since where have you been traveling? Have you been traveling a lot?
Yeah, I've kind of been I've been trying a bunch of new promotions, trying to go out, further than where I usually go. I've actually spent a decent amount of time these past few months in West Virginia, which is actually where I went to college. So it's kind of been cool to go back around there. And that's actually where I won this title. I was in Huntington, West Virginia. And I've really been enjoying going up further that way. I was up in northern West Virginia, almost in Pennsylvania not too long ago in Martinsburg, which was also a good time. So, just trying to, I'm slowly going further north in Virginia and in West Virginia. And I'm like, I'm gonna go full north at some point. I swear.
I swear, Sam. The day my job is kind of funny by giving me off on Saturdays. Sorry, boss. But still, like, I gotta bend it, and I gotta come. As I said, I always say this when we're not live, but you mean so much to me with this to the podcast, because
Thank you.
I had you when you were so like young. When the green, when you first, even you said it, like, I'm so new, I'm green.
Yeah.
So what is it like to see the wrestlers there now, like after you debuted and there's new wrestlers after you? What does it feel like to be asked by a younger wrestler, what do I do?
Um, I almost don't feel like I deserve it, if I'm being honest, because like I said, I just had my 1 year, and I'm truthfully still super green, and I'm still learning what I'm doing all the time. I only have so much experience, and they say it takes years to even feel like you know what you're doing, and I believe it. Um, but a few months ago, I got to give a young lady who trained after me at Jimmy Valiant's camp. I got to give her her first match on a show. Um, and that was kind of a weird moment for me, where it was like I got so much enjoyment from that, because that moment wasn't about me. It was about giving something to somebody else that was just it was a very strange, almost give and take moment there, that I got so much enjoyment out of. Um, but again, I almost feel like I didn't. There was a weird moment where I was like, "Do I deserve this? What? How?" I'm still new. How do I do this? But it went very well, and she was super happy with it, and just seeing that for her meant the world to me, because like I distinctly remember my first match. It's like 14 months ago. I distinctly remember that, and so watching that for her was like showed me how far removed I am from that, and it was very cool.
Awesome. So, like, have you like ever stepped back and got a chance to watch that first match again, like recently?
Um, I haven't watched it ever.
Oh wow, really?
My mom has it. She was there. She came and watched it. My first match was on my 20th birthday last year. And so my mom was like, "I have to come." I was like, "Okay, fine, you can come." I was weird about I didn't want like my family to come at first, because like I'm not good yet. Don't come watch. I'm not good. Um, but she came and she videoed the whole thing, and she's asked me several times if I want to see it. She asked me this show on my birthday. She's asked several times since, and I'm like, no. I've watched like every other match I've ever been in, but I've never watched the first one back, and I'm sure I will at some point. It's just one of those things where it's like I'm not emotionally ready to watch that yet.
It's something, because like I was at work today and I was on my break, and one of the guys like, "Oh, let's watch your one of your very first shows." So before I did Dudes at Ringside, my very first show
Yeah.
was Ghost Head Talk, my Ghostbusters show.
Mhm.
And I watched my very first episode. Full beard. I had a full beard. Camera wasn't as good. Didn't have the cool like rays of light that keep me bright and shiny looking. I
Yeah.
was just using the light of my computer,
Mhm.
and looking back to what I did and what now. So you haven't really watched your first match. So like, what goes to your head like the week of a show? Do you have to like you either hit the gym a certain way, or do you like do you look into the wrestler to see what you have to work on the most?
Well, as far as that goes, like there's only, if I'm being honest, there's only so many women in my area, so I've gotten to have matches with just about everybody that lives around here. When it is somebody new, I definitely do a little bit of internet stalking. I'm gonna be honest. I had a match recently up in West Virginia. It was my debut for World Domination Wrestling Alliance, and I had a match with Valerie Berman. And I immediately went and found her like everywhere that I could on YouTube, Instagram, whatever. And I started internet stalking her. I was looking at all of her videos, everything that I could find, kind of trying to figure out like what's her style, what's her move set, that type of thing. So you're not going in blind,
Mm.
which is helpful when you already know the girl or you've already wrestled her before, and you kind of know what her go-to offense is, stuff like that. But yeah, when it's somebody new, or or a new kind of match or a new stipulation or something like that, definitely looking into it is huge. And that's for all sports, but with wrestling, there's a lot of media that we have out, and a lot of videos and tape, and you can watch all that.
Yeah, it's so crazy to think, because I'm 41, and I'm going to see a promotion next weekend that I grew up going to, and um, there was when I used to go to the shows. You're gonna laugh, Sam. There was no like internet yet. It was
Yeah.
barely internet to just remember, because they had a street team that would hang up signs and small stuff like that. So when you like, so what is your normal workout regimen like?
So honestly, I still train the same way I did when I was playing soccer in college. You know, my coach used to say, "Don't train to work out, train like an athlete." Um, so it's not just like go in, lift these heavy weights, go home. It's a lot of like um, combination methods. He studied a lot of like our coach studied a lot of Tom Brady's training methods where he talks about like the pliability of the muscle rather than just the strength of the muscle. Um, and so that was something that I like latched onto immediately. I loved it because it prevented injury. So there's a lot of like, yes, lift the heavy stuff, but also take the time to stretch and, you know, strengthen that way. Honestly, I've kind of become a bit of a fan of incorporating Pilates recently for that reason. Um, because you're strengthening and stretching and, you know, working on the overall strength of your muscle, making sure that it's not just strong and then it's going to snap when you stretch it.
Mm. It's like there's all different types of like wrestling these days. Did you ever think about going into like, I know it's crazy to say this, like the deathmatch scene? Have you ever tried to venture think of going over there?
Nope. Nope. And
Mm.
this is something that people talk about everywhere. Fans talk about it, wrestlers talk about it, promoters talk about it. Everybody talks about death matches. And there is a crowd for that. There's an audience for that. There is a roster for that. That's not me. I'm good. I don't want glass broken near me. I don't want anything to do with a light tube or thumbtacks. I don't want to bleed. I'm good. That's not for me.
You know, it's sad. It's a crazy world we live in. I am so glad you said that, Sam. Air hugs. I don't want to see a picture of you with blood on your head. I don't want to see you with a
I'm
thumbtack
good.
and you going and cringing, because you became like a wrestling buddy to me, and I would hate to see, or like you DM me saying I got hurt as show, Joe. Oh my god, I hope, and then I'm like, oh my god, because remember, wrestling family, even though you're from a different state
Sure.
completely, I would never want to see any of my former guests get injured, get
Oh
hurt,
gosh.
and have something happen. So, and with the other wrestling, do you ever think about doing intergender wrestling?
Well, like I said, there's only so many women in the area, and you know, we kind of get sent everywhere. So you know, when we all get sent out wherever, um, if I'm booked on a show somewhere, I've worked intergender several times. You know, I've had a ton of matches against very talented male wrestlers, so it's not something that I'm against. But you know, I did get into the sport to be a female wrestler, and I would love to find more women to compete with.
Well, I keep saying this to you, Sam. There's lots of fun wrestlers here in Pennsylvania.
I know, I
There's a
know.
lot.
I'm inching up that way. I swear I'll be there eventually.
There is a nice promotion called PPW in Slatington, Pennsylvania, which is this is what'll drag you in. This place they do the show is called the Slatington Expo Center, and
Mhm.
it's half like a sports center with a food court, which has tons of different types of food that are
Mhm.
yummy, 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 gyros, pizzas. But the other side of the building is a consignment shop where you can buy random knickknacks.
Oh, don't tell me that. Oh, don't tell me that. I will be up there as soon as possible. I love a thrift store. My goodness. I'll be up there
You'll be,
immediately.
and it's old school. You woke up with they have a book of all the prices and everything. Yes.
Oh. Oh, now I have to. Now I have to. Are you
It's
kidding
so.
me?
I think I sent you that. I sent you their Instagram,
I think you did. That's like a full weekend right there. Are you kidding me? Forget the
and
match.
then you
I'm
can come
going
hang out
shopping.
with me. You can meet me. Finally, we can have a photo op. We could do a funny photo like that.
Done deal. In the
You could
consignment
beg
shop.
the promoter. Joe needs to be my manager so he could do my epic announcement.
Yeah.
Or you could
Yeah,
just
he
make me
gives a
do it
really good
at your
intro.
merch table. You like, I have to make up a brand new long intro like I just did during.
Yeah. Be like,
Joe,
somebody give him
time's
a mic.
money.
Everybody has to hear this.
Yes, everybody needs to. Have you ever told your other wrestling friends that when you came, what I think you said I was your first podcast you ever did, right?
Mhm. Yeah. I was like a month into my career and you messaged me and I was like, "Oh my gosh, yes, of course I'll do it. Are you kidding?"
Yes. Did
Yeah.
you ever You should put that on the back of a T-shirt, like achievements, and you put dudes at Ringside Podcast, and then all your
Yeah.
championships.
Yeah. I'm sure I'll have something like that eventually. Yeah.
Definitely, I give you your permission to use my logo on the back of your shirt.
Okay. Okay. I'll keep that in
Your
mind.
family, and to me, watching you just rise is so cool, and it means a lot that you said yes. And I at first I saw you and I saw the name, and I'm like, as I said, I was like, I was gonna wait because I've been told by other wrestlers, I just got my first match. I don't want to do a podcast yet. I'm not ready, and I didn't want to bug you because I know.
And I just said yes immediately. I was like, "Yes,
I was
I'll
like,
do it."
what?
Yeah.
You ding someone's door, but you're like, do I ding
Sure,
it?
I'll send it.
And I was like,
Yeah.
ding dong, and then I was trying to walk away. No, it's not too. What are you going? I want to do it. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, gotta get the pamphlet out.
I
And
mean,
now we gotta find a date and time. Here's the clock.
yeah.
The time clock.
I mean, here's the
Yeah.
thing. I don't come from anywhere special. I don't come from a wrestling family. I don't have anything, I don't have some big machine pushing me. I'm literally just a random girl. I trained in the middle of nowhere and then, I started by taking literally every opportunity that was put in front of me and I'm not my approach was like I'm not too good to take an opportunity because if nothing else I'll learn from it. So, I was just grateful that somebody saw me and went, "There's something there." So,
Yeah, I do that all the time. I feel like I don't know if it's energy. I don't know if it's just the excitement of young talent telling their
yeah.
friends, I
Yeah.
want on that podcast. You need to go on that podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's me. I just don't know. I feel something in you, Sam. I know one day I will be watching NXT or something, and I go, oh my God. Or Rise Up, or whatever that show. That's like the AEW show for
The
WWE.
level up, yeah.
Yes. I'll be seeing you, and you'll come around the corner like this. And I'll be like, Sam. Yeah. Are
Yeah.
you watching anything on Hulu or Netflix right now, Sam?
Oh, goodness. You mean just wrestling or, like, in general?
You can watch in general. I've been Hulu, Netflix, anything like that.
Like, super like, in between rewatching Grey's Anatomy over and over and over again, my mom found this show on I think it's on Tubi, and it's called The Traitors. They
Okay.
bring, like, a whole bunch of the first season was, like, regular people, and then after that, they bring in celebrities to, it's like the real life version of, like, the video game Among Us that everybody was playing in quarantine, and they bring a bunch of people into the house. Some people are traitors, and some people are faithful, and they have to figure out who the traitor is, and there's, like, murders and tasks and all this stuff, and it's in, like, this huge Scottish castle. I'm obsessed.
Oh, geez.
I'm
I just
obsessed.
started watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air again.
Nice.
And since my parents got rid of the cable, they gave me all these apps like Hulu and Netflix and Peacock.
Yeah.
I literally found live TV that had Saved by the Bell.
So cool.
Yeah, you have a Roku on your TVs in your house?
Yeah.
Look on the thing that says live TV and just type in Saved by the Bell.
Okay.
It gives you random episodes. They'll have right when I was watching it, they had Saved by the Bell, the new class, the brand new class. Right after it was after Zach and the crew left, and it was right after the college years went off the
Yeah.
air because it flopped, and it's a bunch of these new kids that these young actors and actresses that they just put as a new class, and Belding's there, and Screech is his superintendent. So it's just super cute.
So I've never actually seen the original, to be so
Oh, wow.
honest. I've never watched it. And my parents loved it, but I never watched it.
it just don't accidentally go on Peacock and accidentally click and Saved by the Bell, because you will get the reboot and you will be like, is this what Joe's all hyped about?
Yeah, I hear the reboot's not good, but
It
who
made
knows?
me
I might watch the original.
Sam, I should just record my face when I watch the intro. I just do this.
Just
Why?
the
Why?
blank falls across your face. Yeah.
My friend Hector, if you're watching this, hey Hector. He's seen my face and he was like, Joe, why do you look so angry? And I put back and I said, let's listen to watch the intro. It's like they monetized the song, so it was like like that.
They've
Yeah, so
modernized it.
yeah, they got rid of
Oh.
the rock band singing the song.
Yeah.
So, like, do you have any merch out there, Sam? That you, like, if fans want to come get anything fun from Sam Street?
Give me like a month. It's
Ah,
funny. It's funny you say that because I actually have stuff that like I'm literally just waiting for it to be delivered to my house.
oh,
So not yet, but it's coming. I promise.
anything, any like new looks to like the, because I know you had that shirt that said had the street logo on it, the street sign.
Mhm.
Any new cartoon Sams or anything like that?
So truthfully, I'm one of those people like I always put merch on the back burner because it's one of those things where I was like I didn't care to put out merch at first because I was just like I need to like be less green first. I need to get further into my career. I need to do more things first before like people would want anything from me, if that makes sense, before people would want any kind of merch. And then recently, there were some coaches of mine who sat me down and were like, "It's time. You got to do it. It's time." So, that was one of those things that like I put off for so long because I cared more about the sport aspect, and now I'm finally like, okay, now I got to do it.
Mhm. So I don't know if it's okay if you want to talk about this. You're joining a group. Are you a you? Can we talk about this now? Like you're in a stable. Like what is this?
Are you talking about the industry?
Yeah, interesting. Like, let me talk about
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
so the industry is a new faction, a new group, a new family, if you will. At the School of Morton, it is myself, Sean Cruz, Sean Carson, and Maya Ferrari. Um, we started our group at the Paul Morton Cup a few weeks ago. Um, and I'm really excited to see what we're able to do. We have the hybrid champion in Sean Carson. We have a vet in Sean Cruz. And then we have two women in our group, which most people don't have. So I think we have an advantage there, and I'm excited to see what we're able to do.
Awesome. I'm been. We were trying to have all you guys on at the same time, but it's like every time I pick up the phone, I get a dial tone. It start getting a hello. It gets D what D waiting.
Yeah,
I'm like, no one puts dudes at ringside podcast in a corner.
I don't. I don't.
Never. Your phone immediately. It's like I have you on speed dial. It's like bring bring. Yes, Joe. You need me again 5,000 more times.
Sure, I'll do it. Why not?
Sam, you know what's funny? I could have you on 100 more times. You could be my season finale for season 4, and that would
Sure.
make me. Sam, I'd even probably do that again this year. Like
Sure.
I was supposed to have a young lady from England, and she just it's when we're done recording, I'll just tell you because I hate putting people on blast, and just it breaks my heart to have to
Yeah.
do that to people, but it it just makes me so proud to know that you took an opportunity to come on the show, and it's beautiful, and I want to wish you all the best in your career, and I want to see I want to see everybody on the big stage. I want to see you do things and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it
Thank you
just
so much.
no welcome, Sam. You're welcome. You're so welcome. Oh, but before we go, do you are you collecting anything? Do you have anything that like you want? I know you have your belt, but like anything like personally, do you collect anything?
I think you asked me this not too long ago, and I didn't. Um, I want to I want to collect something, but I just don't. Like I don't know. I'm a shopper in general. Like clothes and shoes and makeup, the whole nine, which I know is like generic and basic, but like I don't really collect anything. I have like collections from other people. Like my dad saved all of the tickets from my high school soccer games.
Wow.
And I'm like framing those in like a cool way. It's very cool. Like, I don't think I do. I really don't. I should, but I don't.
I personally think that you need to get a Sam Street pop.
Oh, like the
Like
big
kind of
guys?
like one of these. Ooh.
Oh, yeah. I've seen
You
people
can
do custom ones of different indie wrestlers.
I could see the Sam Street when you're just like this, hands on hips
Yeah.
with street shirt on. I could,
Yeah.
it's funny. Joe Panther the Third has one that somebody made me as a Ghostbuster, but I'm like, you're supposed to put me in a suit jacket. No one knows that Ghostbuster Joe is secretly Joe Ghostbuster. Oops, broke the spoiler alert.
It's cool.
Universe
It's okay.
broke.
Everybody likes Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Even though yesterday was a botchamania of ghost head talk, my
Oh,
computer
goodness.
froze and I had to turn my computer off. And rain left. I went back in and I came back in the room and I was like, it was still live, and I was like, "Good night, everybody."
Oh,
And
goodness. Oh,
I
no.
was so embarrassed. It looked so
Oh,
bad. It was so bad. I was like, "Oh my god!"
yeah. Oh, that sucks.
I was so embarrassed. So embarrassed. Oh,
That's okay.
is there any like female wrestlers that you've been watching on the scene that you really want to wrestle?
I mean, I'm open to work anybody. I know you go more like Western, and there's like a whole different roster of girls. You've got like the Zeta Steels, the Brittany Brooks, those types of people who are out there who work different styles, and they're also super young and they are so talented. And people like that I think would be a lot of fun to wrestle.
I could see you wrestling at Danny Moe. That's who I've seen her wrestle a lot.
Yeah, she's great. I've never gotten to
You
wrestle
need
her,
to
but
meet her.
she's
She's
great.
one of these people that you'll be like, oh, she is energy as her name is the
Yeah.
neon blonde. She's like, oh my god, and you got to meet her boyfriend Fasad. It's like meeting a Ninja Turtle. It's like,
Oh,
whoa, dude, what's up? Nah, that's what it sounds like.
cool.
He's one of these cool guys. He's like, sup, Joe? What's going on, man? And I'm like, what's up, dude? It's like I just
Yeah.
met Michelangelo. Holy crap. Did I
Yeah. Just
did I
never known anxiety in his life.
Yes. I guess my childhood me, my 6-year-old me just went like, bro.
Yeah.
I just met Michelangelo. Wow. Yeah. That's crazy. All right. So if anybody wants to follow you on the social medias, how can they find you?
So on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, it's at Real Sam Street.
And if anybody wants to pick any merch, how can they find it?
ProWrestlingTees.com. Just search
Okay.
Sam Street and it'll come up.
All right. Do you have any shows you want to promote before we go?
Oh goodness, let me think about this. So coming up on July 6th, I'm going back to Squirrel Circle Champions in North Carolina. And I will be having my first match against Brittany Jade. She's incredible, but I've never gotten to wrestle her before. On June 21st in Henderson, North Carolina, School of Morton is having a show. And then on August 17th, I'll be in my hometown here. We are doing we're doing a show here as well. I don't think I can give all the details on that, but I'll be in my hometown on August 17th.
Well, if you're allowed to send me a poster, ask the promoter. If you can send me the poster, I'll post it on the dudes page. So
Will do.
Oh, it is funny. Next Thursday, I want to promote this now. I have the Witch of Wrestling coming back and making her return to Dudes at Ringside podcast. And you know who that is, your former opponent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just announce that while I'm on, don't
She
you?
told me it was like the spell. I felt she hit me. She
can't get rid of her. I swear.
No, you could pour water on and she'd probably laugh. Like
Well,
What you doing? You're ruining my dress.
well, her and I were supposed to have a match this Saturday in Salem, Virginia. Unfortunately, the show got canceled, but so I missed my opportunity to make a joke about a witch in Salem, but whatever.
You could have burned her. Oh, that's horrible. Shoot.
I mean, that's where I was going with it, so
Yeah. You know what you should have did? You should have, when you went in the ring and you were ready to fight, you just take have a bucket on the side of the ring and you just throw it at her,
Oh,
and
don't give
then
me
be like,
ideas.
that'd have been hilarious. And then she's like, "What are you doing?" Be like, "I thought you were a witch. You're supposed to melt."
Yeah, don't give me ideas. I will.
Oh, but her hair dye just runs on her eyes. She's like, "Ow, ow, ow."
I used to have bright dyed hair. That it'll go everywhere.
Looks like blood or green. Looks like green slime.
Yeah, my
Nickelodeon.
hair was red, and it literally looked like blood running down whenever I'd wash it.
Oh God, you're
It was
like,
terrible.
"Mom, no, it's hair dye."
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Sam, thank you so much for coming back on the podcast. I really, really appreciate it. Before we go, if there was any young male or female wrestlers that they're just new in the business, they don't know if they want to stay in it, they're kind of worried. What kind of advice would you have for them?
Honestly, the exact same thing that I need to hear every single day, not just when I was new. Trust the process. Don't try to control everything. You're not supposed to know how everything's going to go or how everything's going to work out. If you start something for a reason and you feel like it's going to work out, trust that. And regardless if somebody thinks you're good enough or not, or you're going to be good enough, if you have the opportunity, you have it for a reason. So just take it.
Awesome. Sam, thank you so much coming back on the podcast.
Mhm.
Again, I would let you come back on 1,000,000,000 times, and I would like Sam's become the new dudette at ringside with Joe. Like
Okay.
I'd give you the co-host job, but you'd probably be like, Joe, I can't come on a podcast every week.
Who knows?
If you ever want to come in and like help me do an interview and like interview a wrestler, you could let me know. I'll
Sure.
happily have you join me.
Sure. I'm open to whatever. I'll do it.
You can meet new wrestlers. Hey, that's one way of meeting new wrestlers and
That's
getting
how I'll
bumping
find
up.
new women. That's what I'll do. I'll
Yeah,
be like, hey, you should interview this person, and then I'll just pop in and be like, challenge.
there is a female wrestler coming to the States. She's from Germany. Her name is
Yeah.
Jackie So. I think that was her name. Jackie.
Yeah.
I'll have to show you a picture when we're done with the podcast.
Sure.
So thank you so much for coming on, Sam. I'm Joe Panther III.
I'm Sam Street.
And we will catch you in